This is Super D here with SuperDtv 3000. Man, am I privileged. It's the best Christmas ever because I have with me, out of sheer luck, somebody massive, somebody big, someone legendary, the strongest powerlifter ungeared of all time, right here next to me, the great Rob Wilkerson. It's great to have you, Rob.
Be here, man.
Thank you for coming. Now, a lot of people out there are confused. The first thing we're going to talk about is the lack of spotters you have. I have never seen anybody lift as heavy weights as you lift, and I don't care if they're wearing equipment, even with equipment on. I don't see people lifting that much. And it's one thing to have equipment wearing or whatever, but you're unequipped and you have no spotters. How are you doing these crazy things?
I guess I'm used to it. I've been doing it for so long. As I started training, people wouldn't, I didn't have a crew. So I started just going in and say, I just go to where I can go. I don't know where I can go as far as with the crew. So it's just like I stop. Whenever I get to a weight that I feel like, okay, that's heavy enough, I stop. Like on the 1,050-pound squat, I could have went 50 more pounds, but I stopped. Because that to me is kind of like the way I protect myself.
Yeah.
When I do something, it's kind of like, okay, where am I? I'm like, am I struggling? Then I say, okay, if I got spotted, like when I'm at the Who with Jack, it's a different story. Then I can push myself a little harder on the bench, squat, anything like that.
So what town in Alabama are you in?
Selma, Alabama.
Selma, Alabama. So any of you lifters in Selma, Alabama, or the surrounding Selma area, if you want to come and train, you need to see him. But wouldn't it be nice to have at least two guys to train with?
Would love it. Be 2 or 3 would be nice, especially if it's one good spotter. I got Mark Fedora's a great spotter, but having somebody else, maybe 2 other people that be able to side spot, not just my football players.
But tell me what the weight was you squatted the other day on the film. You walked it out, had plates almost coming off the bar. Well, that was like you did a reverse band. What was that?
1,050 pounds.
1,050 pounds by himself. There was nobody even around you.
Bunch of students.
What was your exit plan if something went wrong?
Dropping in the racks.
Golly. All right.
Bar bend.
Yeah.
If I get stuck, I just rock it back, fall.
And on the bench, your beautiful wife spots you sometimes.
Oh yeah, she's great too. It's just that she knows how to lift off for me. When it gets too heavy, then I get somebody else to come in and help. If I'm doing something like the slingshot or the Big Daddy, I use those. If I'm using that, I get somebody else to spot. I might get some kids to help.
Well, let me ask you this. One time, you squatted 1,000 pounds unequipped. Biggest squat of all time unequipped. And somebody slapped you in the face. Who was doing that?
My brother.
Your brother? Okay. And you let him get away, or were you going to get him after?
Oh, no, I let him get away. We slapped me on the back a little bit. That's how we do things. We played football together in high school. And they've always been like they've been very supportive.
Then you got under 1,000 pounds, with just knee wraps on, kaboom.
Yep.
Beautiful squat. And then you recently walked out the 900 pounds at the meet
MHP
down in, where was this?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. And that was the MHP meet that Sean Catterley puts on?
Yep.
And what did you bench at that meet too?
I did 630.
Do you think people realize how much you bench? Because you're like one of the top 5 benchers in the world. It doesn't matter what people do. You're one of the top 5 benchers in the world. Do you think people even realize that, or just recognize you for your squat?
I think it's just a squat. Like a lot of people, because the bench is kind of like the carry-on lift. Like my 2 best lifts are the bench and the squat. So I just try to pack it on. My deadlift's still trying to catch up, but I think people they look at my squat and then say, wow, then they forget that I'm putting up a top 5 bench too on a regular basis.
And tell the audience out there about your schedule during football season, because you coach football, high school football, and what high school is that?
I'm at Selma High School in Selma, Alabama. Football season, my normal training days are Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But the problem is during football season, because of practice, I've had to switch my days up, switch times. I'm trying to get training partners. So I switch my days to Thursday and Sunday. I do my heavy lifts. Then my speed days, I switch to my old heavy days. And I try to adjust to that if I can. A lot of times it's like Saturday nights or Saturday mornings after getting done with a game, it's like I'm trash. So I just have to push back another day and just keep going. I mean, it's like my goal in football is just to maintain. But if I get stronger, that's a good thing. But if I don't, then it's not a big thing. Alone, my strength is still the same.
Tell me how to say your wife's name one more time.
Tavanisa.
Tavanisa. Never heard the name before. Incredible name. She is a great spotter for you. She's the only one that will show up at least. Now, how is she doing during the football season? Is she, with the baby and all, is she able to still come to help spot you? Or
with football season, a lot of times me getting home so late, I just let her stay home with the baby. I'm not really big on trying to get her to come to the gym doing sometimes like that, but especially with Tatum here, because she takes up a lot of attention. Like her coming to the gym, that's more of the perk. If I can get her to come, I just bring Tatum. Sometimes Tatum's the best motivation there. She'll be screaming the whole time doing the workout. So it's like, it's an A+ when she comes, and it's always good because she pushed me. She talked about my daily life. Like, we got to get you over 700. She's like, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to keep talking about you get over 700. And it's just funny to me. It's awesome.
But you can see he's not really built to deadlift, you know. So you have to actually be stronger than most people on deadlift just to get a decent deadlift. I know how that feeling is. I first saw you in a picture. You were at a contest. You were sitting on a chair relaxing like this. And I said, oh, I just saw the black version of Donnie Thompson. Who is this guy? And then we got to talking after that. We've been good buddies ever since on the Facebook. And I always admire size, you know, because the days of old, the big men always got respected. Today, it's not like that anymore. However, you're one of the last super heavyweights. I know you and Henry Thomason come to mind. And he's down in Texas. And you know, is there any other super heavyweights that you know of right now that are going? Everybody's like 308 and under.
Well, it's hard. Like, you know, Brandon Lee could be a super heavyweight. He'd be great because he's around 320 right now.
But he's dieting all the time.
He dies now. You know how Brandon is. He gonna keep the six-pack. Just give you a
Brandon Lilly, gain some weights, okay? Look at this.
Well,
this is beautiful. Is that right?
But I got a few people I know of that, you know, this guy named Terrence Platt. He's down in Alabama. He's in medical school right now. But he's a big superhead dude, 6'6", 400 pounds. He's starting to get into powerlifting. I'm trying to help him out get his feet wet. 400-pound bencher, probably 600-pound squatter.
So he might be able to be a good training partner for you.
Yes, he's going to come.
Don't quit, whatever you do.
He's motivated. That's what I love about him. He's motivated all day. Jack Callis, the super heavyweight that comes to mind.
Yeah, I like Jack, the veterinarian, the zoo veterinarian.
He's working on that, trying to find the right equipment, double ply. He'll squat 1,100 pounds, close to 1,200 pounds. And I really got a feeling he's going to bench over 800 in this competition because his bench is ridiculous. I mean, he's flawless on the bench.
Well, I know you're traveling with your family, your in-laws, and your baby. Everybody's. You went up to Cherry Point, North Carolina. Then is it North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Then now you're on your way back to Alabama.
Yes.
And you're here. I only have 2 of them, but I want to give you one. Brooke, will you so kind? My assistant Brooke is going to give him. Let's see what he's got. We've got a present for Big Rob.
It's a good Christmas present too.
A fat pad, a Thompson fat pad. You know what? I can't be there to spot this big fella, but you know, at least I could save his back and his shoulders and everything else on that legend bench you bench on. Now you're going to take a regular bench and turn it into a great bench, I think, and because it has a great bencher on it. Now we just need to give you the proper equipment. So hopefully this will work. It's one of my prototypes and from Rogue, and we'll see what happens. Just give me feedback. And if you don't like it, you don't like it, but I think you will.
All right, still another thing I like. I think when you like this too, I'm going to do something with it this week, hopefully.
Hey, well, thank you for you and your family stopping by today. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody out there about yourself before we close?
No, I just want to thank my wife and my family for supporting me throughout these years. It's been it's been a tough road, but it's been fun, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can.
And I'll tell you what, they came and out of their way, an hour or so out of their way, just to do this. So I really thank them, too. I mean, I wouldn't want to get out of the car and go do some come to a gym if I was the family. But man, hey Rob, it was great seeing you. And we're gonna get together, you, me, Lone Wolf. We're gonna train one of these days.
And bench some bars.
Yeah, we're gonna bench, squat, whatever we want to do. And then we're gonna go eat, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think equal time eating, equal time training, can't beat it, right?
Oh no, you can't beat that at all.
Rob Wilkerson, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on the platform, but he will see you on the platform, and you'll be looking up to him, right, Rob?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Black Knight. I love him. Good job.
Good job.